Social distancing means we are all using new ways to greet people. Some experts say the traditional handshake may even become a thing of the past. So how should we say hello now?
Motivational speaker, author, and former White House director of events, Laura Schwartz, joins us again. She's got some thoughts on finding an alternative to the handshake. Hey, Laura.
Hey, girls, it's so great to be with you. I feel one step closer to my home state of Wisconsin.
I'm all in. Yay!
I'm all in. You know, it's so interesting, Molly. I loved your introduction, and we keep hearing the word or the phrase social distanced, right? Social distancing, social distancing. I have to say, as a girl whose life is around human connection and face-to-face partnership, social media and technology can totally supplement, but I don't think it can substitute face-to-face and greeting and passing of the peace. And so I'm really concerned and looking for new ways, love for your viewers to send in any suggestions of saying socially distanced in a different way. I'm thinking like physically distanced, emotionally connected, because I think it's really important that we don't lose the social aspect. We're going to be 6 feet apart, but we can still be emotionally connected. And that's what, finding alternatives is all about.
I mean, I think it's sad if the handshake fully goes away, but maybe it's just for a time.
Yeah, I think it'll come back eventually. But in the meantime, there are cultures and customs from all over the world that have never instituted the handshake. So I think we can really draw on those, and some of them are just beautiful. My wife and I were just in Bali, Indonesia for our honeymoon, right from February to March. And I got to tell you, what was one of the really neat things is the guy that took care of us at the Alila Hotel and Spa. He greeted us with his hands over his heart and a slight bow. It's sort of like what we think of yoga, but this has been a Hindu culture forever of how to greet people, and it's a Hindu society over there in Indonesia. And so that's how we were greeted, coming and going, and it was very warm, it was very personal. But there's a lot of different ways. You can do just the simple hand over your heart, and just pledge allegiance to who you're meeting. So there are some different ways, but I really like the Namaste with the slight bow at the waist. The Hawaiians do it great. The Hawaiians have the Shaka. Have you guys ever done it?
No.
Isn't it like that, almost like hang loose?
Yes. So it's like you have your 3 knuckles down, you got your your pinky and your thumb, and then you just sort of shake it like, how you doing?
What's up?
Hi.
Yeah.
Shaka. So I mean, that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. I think that's sort of like a nice casual kind of thing to do.
Well,
I feel bad for the French. Have you guys ever kissed a French guy or a French girl?
actually, yes.
Too many times.
Yeah, I know. There's one for me too. But the thing is, in the French language, they call it the Labise. Labise, Labise, where they kiss on both sides of the face, twice on either side. And then after that, they go into conversation. Well, the French health minister actually had to come out and say, listen, no more labising, because it's just not safe health practices. And they've done the same thing in Sweden. They've outlawed the labise. So they call it the Corona Labiche, which is just air kisses, not face to face, just 6 feet apart. Little something like that.
Do you know, is there a rule of thumb which side you start on? Because I always, like, that was always my issue, is I'd go to the same side accidentally and then I get in trouble.
It seems like a Veep episode. You can just see like Julie Louis-Dreyfus like going in the wrong way,
Yes.
looking like you're going to kiss that on. There's a lot of nuance to that. I think that's why we just go with the Namaste, hand over heart. The Japanese, they bow at the waist, with their hands at their side. That's a very nice thing. We've been seeing more and more of foot kicking. Have you guys seen this yet?
No.
On TikTok, I've seen it.
Yeah, they're doing it in Wuhan, China. They're doing it in Nigeria. They're doing it in some parts of the UK. And basically, it's almost like the other person's ankle is a soccer ball. And they just sort of kick the insides of their ankles. First you do one side, then you do the other side. Here's, of course, just kick and then, kick and like touch ankle.
You can really take someone out, though, accidentally with that.
Yeah, especially, I would just kind of like go down in the fetal position most likely. So I've been sticking to the other things. And you know what? The whole the elbow bump, the fist bump, you're not 6 feet away when you do that. So I'm all about, approaching and greeting somebody without the handshake before there's even that awkward moment, and I think that's something we're going to have to figure out. It's awkward to like go up to somebody and they offer their hand and then you suddenly, pull back. So I think there are ways to do it where maybe when you're approaching somebody, already be like, how are you? Oh, good to see you. And maybe keep your hands clasped in front of you. Kate Middleton, the Duchess over in London, has a trick I heard about recently. You'll take a look at different press shots of her, and she oftentimes holds her clutch purse with two hands in front of her and just keeps holding on to it so that her hands are doing something other than being ready to shake a hand. So, you know, I think the best solution is to find something you're comfortable with and to do it early enough before you have to like repel.
Exactly. That's awesome,
You know, but
Laura.
yeah, I think it's a cool thing to keep in mind. And just to close this out, my parents are out walking around with their masks in Wisconsin when they go for their walks in the park. And I got to tell you, shaking hands is a lot like wearing a mask. You wear a mask to protect others. We extend a bow to protect others when we greet them. It's good. It's good courtesy. And hi, Mom and Dad. Hi, Max and Bella. Roxy, George. Love you.
Yeah, hi to Laura's parents here in Wisconsin. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Laura.
Thank you, guys.
And you can find out more about Laura, her book, and all of her great tips by going to this website. It is lauraschwartzlive.com. Her book is Eat, Drink, and Succeed.